Greetings everyone, it's Sister Goddess Kamara. I'm going to start making more videos and I've been super busy lately. It's been crazy, off the chain, having to really slow down, rest, to the point where I've kind of fallen behind on my blogging. I've kind of just fallen behind on video making. So I apologize to everyone who's been following me, because I know consistency is a good thing. So you can expect things from me in a consistent manner. So I'm hoping to get back on track. Here are 3 powerful tools that I am using to further develop my womb wisdom. And by womb wisdom, I mean being able to tap into that unique part of me that is a woman, that has a womb, that creates from this space, that has birthed a baby from this space. And this space is, it contains my intuition, it contains my full body ancient wisdom. And I know that it exists in every woman who claims it to be so. And a lot of times, because we have for many generations lost that deep connection with our ancient mothers, we just don't practice spirituality the way that they used to. Or do we really live the way that they used to? That many of us yearn for that reconnection. And with that reconnection, because we are modern women, we're going to have our own spin on things. We're going to be able to take from that ancient past of remembering, and we're going to integrate it with who we are today and how we live today. And in some ways, we may transform how we live. We may heal some of the things in our lives that need healing, and we may just integrate and add on in a beautiful way some of these practices into our lives, right? So 3 powerful tools that I am using right now to help me develop my intuition, to help me reconnect even more deeply with my moon time. That is my menstrual cycle. I call it moon time. I don't call it period, because period just kind of means like at the end of a certain point in a month, we just period. We're done. We start something and we end something. And that is not part of the cyclical nature of the divine feminine. Like, the divine feminine is a cycle, it is, and it's connected to the womb, it's connected to the moon, it's connected to nature. So I like to think of it as this cycle, and I call it moon cycle time. And I just started my moon cycle late last night. So I'm kind of thinking today is my day, my first day, and it's been powerful. And you know why I feel like I can confirm this is a few months ago. I'm going to talk to you about my first tool. A few months ago, probably even late last year, I ordered online, I saw this beautiful mandala. And not only was it a mandala, but it was this beautiful dial, moon dial. And it's actually called a moon dial mandala. It was created by Zoe Shekinah. Zoe, I hope I'm saying your name right. Zoe Shekinah of Moon Dial Mandalas with an S.com. She created this beautiful tool, which I'm about to show you right now. It's pretty big. Look at this. And it's on, it's made with a cover that's sort of like a material where you can use a dry erase pen. And she actually includes that in the, she includes it in the package when you get this beautiful mandala. So it's pretty big. Sorry, I keep switching it around. I'm trying to talk to you at the same time. But take a look at it. It has movable parts, different movable parts. And at the very top, it's shaped like a lotus. So at the very top, if you look here, the days are numbered. So I'm going to go back to where I started, because I started last night, so I'm on day 1 right here. And what you do is, this is how this mandala works, is the first day of your cycle, you are going to record here just some inspirational things. Maybe you want to record in this space how you feel, some of the emotions that you're feeling this day. Maybe you want to record some keywords. You might want to record, it's not a large space, but you may want to record a dream you had, goals that you have, any way that you're feeling in this space that says day 1. So for me, I put inspired. I also felt like I just released so much by just on the first day starting my moon cycle. I feel like I released so much emotion that was pent up in the last few weeks. And I also felt very ready when I woke up this morning. I really felt energized for once, you know, like I was feeling really low energy for a few days. In fact, I thought I was getting sick. And then with the start of my moon, I just felt all this release and energy. So I noted that here on day 1. I also noted a little bit about how I was feeling the day before. I felt like I kept getting messages that you're in labor. The labor that you give birth, that laborious feeling. If you've ever given birth before, you know that it goes in waves, like this waves of energy and opening, and I felt like that. So yesterday I kind of noted that. I said, gosh, whatever I'm birthing is going to be phenomenal, because I've been in this process for the last 3 months. Okay, so once you've identified the day you're on, I'm on day 1 because I thought it would be pretty easy to start with day 1. Then you're going to go to you're going to turn the part of the dial that talks about what phase of the moon you're in that day. If you don't know what phase of the moon's in right now on the day that you start your moon cycle, there is an app for your phone that tells you about the different moon phases. You can Google moon phases for whatever month you're in, 2015, you know, so Google June 2015 moon phase, lunar calendar, and the lunar calendar, you would just look up the date that your moon time started. For me, the moon is exactly in that 50-50 spot, which is so interesting because I looked up, my birthday's in a couple of weeks, and I looked up the phase that the moon will be in on my birthday, and it turns out it's going to be in that very same phase where it's half shadow, half illuminated. So I've got to read up on this particular part of the moon because it is holding some power for me, and it's symbolizing that I need to pay attention to this particular phase of the moon. So you line that up with day 1. You can see it here, and then you want to move to, so keep that here. I've got the moon phase in that half and half spot. And then I want to go to what month it is, and right now it's June 2015. So I put June, and guess what falls right under June is summer solstice. And summer solstice was just 2 days ago. So I'm like, wow, summer solstice, and right under summer solstice, Zoe puts the direction of this time. And if you're big on medicine wheels, a lot of First Nation cultures use medicine wheels, but a lot of African cultures use medicine wheel too. And for Zoe, she listed this time as the direction of the south. And one of my teachers that I read in her book, she references the south direction as the time of the healer. So very cool. So also represents the season of summer. And there's a small inner wheel that you can turn here. And you would put that on whether you're bleeding or you're after you're bleeding. And so I'm bleeding right now. And I'm going to read to you what that says. It says, wise woman bleeding, through release, and stillness, I enter dream time. I access my inner knowledge to channel wisdom for all. And guess what? I'm doing this video today, so hopefully this is some wise stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you, or at least that you get something out of it, right? So that is one of the major tools that I'm using right now. And I just started using this moon dial mandala. And on the back, it tells you, it comes with an invitation of how to use this mandala. Also talks a little bit about the moon cycles and the feminine, divine feminine. Talks about, she has some charts here to kind of help you assess, you know, how the moon aligns with our emotions as women, and the types of things that we're working on as women when we're in that alignment and different phases of the moon. Over here, she makes some references to different crystals that you may want to use, or essential oils. So I really want to thank Zoe for creating this beautiful piece of art, and I can see myself using this, and I also want to invite sisters that I work with to purchase one so that we can all kind of share in our divine wisdom. And you know, one suggestion about using this too is to be able to record for the full moon cycle how you're feeling, what's coming up. You may even want to journal more in depth than you can get on this mandala, and then go back, experience your next moon cycle and say, hey, on this day last month I was feeling this way, and see if you start to see any patterns taking place. And I guarantee you that you're going to start to see some kind of patterns after you record moon cycle after moon cycle. The benefit of doing all of this work is that you become connected to that unique part of yourself that is your moon time blood, that is your connection to nature. So when you do that, it's kind of like, I'm trying to fix this one little hair. When you do that, it is something magical happens to you as a woman. You begin to trust your intuition more. You begin to trust that you're walking in this world the way that you need to, in your own unique flow. So my second two tools are actual books, and I want to share these books with you because I've really received so much wisdom from both of them. The first one is called Dragon Time, and I just found this book online. No one recommended it to me. I was just kind of looking at different moontime books, and this one is so cool. It's by Lucia Francia, and it's called The Magic and Mystery of Menstruation, so Dragon Time. And she refers to so many cool things about the menstrual cycle, ancient and today, just some practices that you could take on. Different herbs. You know, one of my favorite things that she mentions in here are power places for when you're on your dragon time. She calls moon cycle dragon time, which I really love too. So power places, these are some of the things that she mentions. Caves, crossroads, if you're like one of these witchy women, which I think we all are in some way or another. I am. Crossroads, you would know what that is. Groves of trees, mounds. If you live in Georgia, do you know that there are natural mounds in Georgia? Not too far outside of Atlanta, if you want to take a drive. I heard they're very powerful. Natural springs, cold or hot springs. There are some websites with maps that will tell you where some of these springs are located in nature, just naturally occurring. Big stones. If you live in a place where there's stones and rocks, rocks have some great energy, just like trees. You get on a rock or you connect with a rock, I mean, there's some real ancient energy there. And the same thing with trees. People joke about hugging trees, but I gotta tell you, there are some big redwoods out here that are like hundreds of years old. When you wrap your arms around these trees, it's like the vibration is deep. These trees and these rocks have seen everything. They are true witnesses to human life. So, definitely, she talks about dances in this book. She talks about just modern connections with the divine feminine in terms of our blood. But she also talks about cross culturally what different communities of women do during their dragon time. So definitely check this book out. Get a copy of it. I think I got it on Amazon. Okay, the last resource I use, and I got this on Amazon too, is called Sister Moon Lodge, The Power and the Mystery of Menstruation, and it's by Kisma Stephanich. Stephanich. I'm so horrible with pronouncing people's names, and I don't have a very usual name myself, so I really don't have a lot of excuses. This book, full of resources, full of talking about how you can form your own red tent moon lodge with your sisters, gives you a lot of like real doable just moon lodge information, like how do I start one, things that you could put in your moon lodge. And she goes through all the different phases, like, you know, from menarche to motherhood to being this like queen, and then the crone phase. So like she's going through how we connect with our moon time on all these different aspects of womanhood. Very deep. She talks about her own experiences. There's places in here to journal. There's herbs. There's, you know, crystals, songs, poems. If you just wanted one book to help you start a red tent in your area without having to pay someone a whole bunch of money to do some trainings, this book would help you do that. And, you know, your own intuition on how to start your own moon time group. So, okay, I don't know how long this video is. 17 minutes. I tried to make it short, but I hope that you found this information interesting. It's my 3 top tools that I use during moon time to help me just tap into my intuition, to help me tap into that inner goddess, to help me just love everything about my moon time. I mean, I have really transformed how I think about moon time, how I feel about it. I'm excited when I get moon time. I'm ready to relax. I'm ready to go within. I close the door to my room. I start doing artwork. I even take time and watch a movie, or I just sit there and I have a cup of tea. I just relax in this time, and I love it so much. I cherish it so much. Learn to cherish and connect with that part of yourself. If you're having difficulties during your moon time, you don't feel well, maybe you get migraines, maybe you bleed a lot, there is wisdom in trying to find a deeper connection with your moon time, and see how that, lean on these resources, record how you feel every day, and see if it begins to transform your relationship with your moon time. There are other things out there to help with certain moon time disorders, or I don't know if you want to call them disorders. They're just different experiences, and I'll talk about that. I'll make another video about ways that you can help yourself. You can heal yourself if you have moon time experiences that are just not as positive as you want them to be. But in the meantime, if you like this video, please like it, please share it, please comment below. I'm excited to get your comments. I really want to know if you have tried or heard of any of these resources. If you want to know where to get them, I'm definitely going to leave it in the comments section. So take care. Stop by the Sister Goddess blog at SistahGoddess.com. I'm going to be updating it soon. I've been a little busy, but I'm back on track. So take care. Peace. Thank you so much for watching.